Hey guys, and welcome to Void of Just Gaming, your channel for fresh Arena of Valor content. My jungle sequence continues. Today I'm gonna show you my new Zill. Unfortunately, the video did stop because I received an incoming call, therefore you won't see the full match, but it was a victory and the game went fairly well and it continued like that in the end. So it's going to be a little bit shorter, but you're not going to see the full gameplay. Anyways, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, do so to not miss any of my videos. And if you've got anything to say, the comment section is free to use. Let's see the build. Let's check the gameplay. Without further ado, let's hop over there. Alright, so here is the new build. As you can see, it's featuring two items that try to maximize the armor pierce. So we have the Spoopy Mask on the one hand that we can turn into the Frost Guard, for example. And we have the Staff of Newell giving us magic pierce as well. The rest of the build is twisted around mage damage. So we've got, of course, the mage item Loki's Curse for the jungle item, or as a jungle item. We're using the resistance boots here with the Gilded Greaves, and then we're gonna have Barry's Agony as well as the Diadem to maximize our damage. So the build is around armor pierce. Therefore I've chosen 10 times Violate for more magic pierce, or more, it's magic pierce and armor pierce, magic pierce and ability power. We're using Devour for the ability power and some Lifesteal. Lifesteal was something that I was really missing because sometimes I'm using Rears and I'm using Flurry for the additional magic pierce as well. So we try to magic pierce the shit out of enemies. With Lockheim we're going full damage, so we do have the Raging Inferno. We have the Deadly Claw for the ability power, and we have this here normal attacks at an enemy hero 3 times in a short period of time, because you always want to fling in auto attacks because that's gonna reset your ability number 2. It's something important about Zill. Acts of Sacrifice for additional damage, and here is the armor pierce again. And I have to say, like, I played Zill for quite a while, and sometimes I had the feeling that he doesn't really do that much damage until he reaches levels that are above level 8, 10 or something, and then it started to click and he suddenly dealt some damage, but it was not really overwhelming before. With this build, I finally feel that he is doing damage. So if you haven't played Zill in quite a while, try it out and see if that damage works for you as well. I think it has become increased. That's my feeling about Zill, and I'm gonna show you some gameplay right now. Here we go, and we are up against a team composition that is pretty tanky. Like, we do have Malok, we do have Baldoon, and we do have a Butterfly on the enemy team. Butterfly can build quite tanky if she wants to. So I wasn't too fond of my pick with Zill because, as I said, I had the feeling that he wasn't really doing that much damage. And one of my teammates was quite skeptical. He was like, "Oh, you're picking Zill." And I was like, "Yeah, I'm doing that because I think I like his mobility. I kind of like his playstyle. He plays like a real assassin. Like throwing stuff at enemies, jumping in with a teleport, and then using your ultimate as an overall damage stuff. That felt like an assassin should be played." Here we go with the auto attacks. And as I said, like, his passive is that he applies stacks on certain enemies. And if you see like this, there's a short animation over the head of the enemy. That means that your stuff is gonna reset and your 2 will be unlocked. Like, that's part of his kit, that's part of his passive, and players should always maximize the effects of the passives. So this is something that I can fairly recommend of using, and especially training. You want to have that effect as much as possible because it really helps to use Zill in the best suitable way. So you can kind of like count on in your head. Here we go. And the ult was just unlocked in the very right moment. A little bit lucky here that it happened in the very moment when I was sitting in that bush waiting for Crixie to arrive, and it worked out fairly well. Here we go. There was the animation again, and you can see that your S2 has been reset. So always keep an eye on that, because that's just how it works. I can't stress it enough. Like, as soon as you get a feeling about that, it is becoming a lot easier to play him. Especially, there it is again, especially because that just means that you have a tool to jump in and jump out again. Like the one is your kind of poking tool, but your tool is the bread and butter. If you use it, you can either engage, or on the other hand, you can jump out of dangerous situations, because of course you are an assassin, you're not a tank. So you should always be prepared for jumping out and then going in again. I should have waited here for the Violet to kind of escape. That would have made a lot of things easier, because beforehand I had to separate my damage between Baldoom and her. That wasn't the most favorable way, and now we need to get out because there is a butterfly still camping. Like the tower's hot and there have been enemies to focus on, and Violet still stays. Like, that's something that you should not do, and she did it. And I don't know what Butterfly does here, because she can easily kind of jump in, especially now that Crixie is following. My ult is not ready, so we were all like, out, get out here. Like, this is super dangerous. You don't want that to happen. And I just decided to go back into jungle rotation and let Joker and Sephara deal with the threat. But as I saw that everything was still queuing up there, I went back, and I don't want to take that. I don't want to take that item. So here comes another chance of going in. Killed her. That was super lucky. Like, that was so lucky. And I can see a triple kill incoming. Baldoom still thinks that he can make a play, and he got the kill, which is actually quite nice. Like, yes, he did something, but I'm not entirely sure if it would have been better to just go out and be gone for good. Like, to sacrifice yourself like that, I don't know if that's really something that you should do. So we have 6 kills right now. Pretty damn good, especially after 5 minutes. So we are carrying this, and right now we have a gold lead as well as a kill lead. Gold lead resulting from the kills, and that basically means like we can decide what fight to pick. And I felt quite confident that I could take on every single enemy, and Malak does not really play too well against our Atta here. Don't know if that's a desired matchup that you want to have as an Atta, but it went fairly well. So nothing to complain about at this point of the game. 10-3. We can deal with that. Like, you won't see any stats. That's unfortunate. Like, I'm not gonna be able to show you that, but you can see it's so easy. And here comes the reset of my second ability. So I went in with my 2, used my ultimate, throw some daggers, and then afterwards I was able to get the reset and jump out back to safety. And I think that's basically how the Zill combo works most of the times. And as you can see, 7-0, we are dictating the game. We've got everything in. There we go, ultimate. My animations continued after she already went to the dead, and don't know what to say about it. Like, the enemies weren't that smart. Like, I think in some situations it's better to retreat and let a tower fall. Like, towers are super important. But the first engage where I got the triple kill, that was kind of, why would you do something like that? Like, you just risk your lives for trying to get a tower that you don't really get. Like if you look at the life of our tower, that's a third. Like they just snagged away a third of the tower. And that's not something that you should invest so many lives in, because right now I'm pretty much super dangerous to most of the team. I got the barriers, so I do even feel more confident in the stuff. And here we go, another. Is it a triple kill? Yeah, another triple kill for me. So I'm sitting on a really comfortable 10-0-2. Something every jungler dreams of. If there could have been a 15-2, that would have been nice. But with a 10-0, you pretty much can do everything you want. So we still got some minutes to play. I was just double checking because I don't want you guys to run into the empty space. And again, I was able to use my abilities to get out here. And yeah, I should have stayed a little bit more behind. I get greedy. On 10-0, I do get greedy because I always think like, what costs the world? So another tower, and just to tell, the rest of the game basically continued like this. Like, I think in the end I was on a 15-3 or something. So I had another 1 or 2 moments where I did not really shine too much. I wasn't that clever, but in the end it worked out fairly well. And I mean, yes, the opposing team had their role in it. So I was able to get them because they were overextending quite a lot. But in the end, Zill has the abilities to do so. And I think he's really strong right now. Like, I was really surprised in a really good way that he is able to fight that well. I mean, yes, this is like free snacks. That's a free kill. If you play against Atta and you overextend so much, that's just something that you should not do. He pressed his blue, like the stopwatch, so that's the deal. But now he needs to ult to get out, and I'm on his heels. Like, I won't take the tower without any hesitation. So here we go again, and there we go, another ult. Reset did not apply, so that was another brain fart moment. But I was communicating with my team, and I knew that they were about to come to the bottom lane, so I felt fairly okay with that. I don't know what he wanted to say with Zill. If someone knows what he said, that would be quite cool if you put that down in the comments below. But it wasn't flawless, and I don't want to put myself in a position where I'm completely arrogant or something like that. But I think it went quite well, and I think my performance was quite okay-ish because I kind of typed in where to go. Okay, now I'm being like a little bit like, hey guys, I want to make a video with that. And I made a video with that. I think it's a quite cool video, actually. If you like it, just press the thumbs up like button. And if you don't like it, then don't dislike. Don't do it. Don't dislike. That's mean. Give a like instead and say what I could do better. And I just want to mention for the people who are new to my channel and who haven't scrolled through my whole video history, I don't have a real main, so I try to play as many heroes as possible to show you new builds, to show you how the meta has kind of changed heroes and builds. So that's more important to me than maining one single hero and just showing you that gameplay over and over again. So be nice. Be nice on this channel. That's something that's important to me. Free kill. It's all I can say. Like, that's free kills. If you overextend that much and you have that low health, you should not be surprised that you are dead. And here we go. We just stomped them to the ground. I mean, yes, she has some life, but overall it went quite bad for them. Okay, so guys, the video will be over soon. If you like the video, just check if you've subscribed already. And I just like to wish you a pleasant evening. I'm RoV Gaming. Bye.